Gone for a walk and feeling relaxed. Feeling relaxed. You could probably tell. Yeah, it was a really chill experience speaking to this Asian lady because I saw her skip. And then I was asking her if she'd done double unders. She said no. And then, yeah, she let me use the rope. And I showed her what it was. I didn't think I'd be able to do it on her rope because it was quite small. She's much older than I thought she was. She could have been going on 30 when I thought she was around my age. She looked really young for her age. Yeah, I was just looking at her skip and it was nice. It was pleasant to watch. It was like, oh yeah, someone skips. Cool. So I wanted to speak to her about skipping and asked her just out of curiosity if she'd ever done the double under with no connotations of dating, honestly. Yeah, I was just curious. And one thing I noticed she'd keep on saying is I can't. She kept on saying I can't do it, it's too difficult. Is this how everyone thinks? Is this how every single average Joe thinks when it comes to learning something new? How much is the average Joe and Jane, or Joseph, or Jessica, or Jess, whatever you want to call them, how much do they limit themselves? Why is it that they tell themselves they can't? Is it because of their parents telling them they can't as a part of discipline, but they're not teaching their children that if it's coming to something new and growing as a person, learning a new skill like learning how to do the double unders, they're meant to say they can? Did parents forget to teach children that? And then they just, because of discipline, they discipline their kid so that they don't go and do dumb shit or what the parents would think is dumb shit in the future. They forget to tell their children that in fact they can do stuff. Today's walk was lovely and I feel happy that I had it for as long as I did, because I really needed a reset. It was just go, go, go. All the way from the time I woke up to the time I go bed. And it was like my mind was feeling constantly stimulated, constantly drained. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the most recent productivity check. Go look at the most recent productivity check and you'll just see me trying to film after filming 13 videos previously. Quite a couple of them were meals. But in total it was 13 videos, including meals. And even at 10:30, I was still making the effort to do a productivity check. I even did editing on that video. But I think I'm gonna start really loving life, even more than I do now that I've taken some time out. Even with a walk, even with a long walk. It was about 2 hours from 11 to 1. I now think I know what to do and how to go about things. If I don't stop at 6 p.m, if I don't stop at 6 p.m, and I don't set that sort of boundary, then that means not only am I going to wake up later than I could do, but it also means that there's no limit. As I did yesterday, could have been going from, could again today be going from the moment I wake up, basically after brushing my teeth and making the bed, and after doing some mountain and tree pose for yoga. If you don't know what that is, go check it out. Shout out to Yoga with Adrian, that's where I learned these things. And if I don't set these boundaries at night, or these evening routine boundaries, then I'll feel constantly mentally drained. Fuck that shit. And I was looking at I was looking at an office. As I was just walking, I took some time to sit out and chill, and yeah, it was opposite. It was directly opposite where I was sitting. But I don't want to be in these shirts, but I want to be just sat down. It looks so unnatural. Fuck that shit. I'd rather be my own boss. And I was saying this aloud as two ladies were walking past on the other side of the street. They genuinely could have been listening in, but when I was speaking, they weren't looking at me. And that's more than fine. I'm not saying, I wanted them to look at me or I wanted them to look away from me. No. I'm saying that with the meaning of that's just how it was. That just was, not because I wanted them to look at me or I wanted them to look away. It wasn't that I was trying to get their attention or to repel them away from me. No. I'm just saying that that's how it was. This is how it is. Oh. Jeez. The amount of fucking... that came from, I don't know why I'd watch all of that sort of music. Maybe it was just out of habit. When I was 15, I was listening to grime music, thinking it was just to make myself... No, just because I thought it was cool. And then as I carried on, the sort of music that I listened to got more violent and violent, turned from things to... In terms of dates, the sort of grime music that I started listening to was around 2015, much more recent to the time when things were coming out then and there. I even remember watching a clash when it was when it was uploaded fresh. That happened in 2016 in the dining room. But then the sort of music that I listened to turned from that era of grime music to the mid-2000s, where there is, even though it was talking about shootings and shankings then, in the mid-2010s, like it was even more, the sort of music that I was listening to, eventually got onto listening to, was from the mid-2000s grime music, and yeah, it just got more violent and violent and violent. And then that could have, it makes sense as to why I had that homicidal thought. I don't want to say what it was. I was thinking of saying it, but there's no need. I mean, me saying it's had its place. I don't want to say it. In my head, I'm just thinking, do I want to move on? Yeah, let's move on. Instead of just repeating what the thought was over and over again. I absolutely didn't act on it, but I can understand where it came from now, and I feel happy that I've worked through it, and I forgive myself for thinking that thought. I forgive myself for thinking that thought. If I didn't, I'd still be holding hatred to myself for keeping that, for actually thinking that thought. But nah, I ain't doing that shit anymore. I know where that led me. But the way I'd improve, even though I don't listen to this sort of music anymore, either era, I do still sometimes say lyrics from more so the mid-2000s era, which are homicidal lyrics, quite often actually, which is something that I can work on. Long story short, I want to be ending the days from 6 in the afternoon or in the evening from now on. I don't want to be on the phones past 6 because I want that space, that time to be able to just have no time on the screens, and it's have some time between recording and actually going to bed, instead of filming from when I wake up all the way to filming till past the point that I want to be sleeping, and then it ruins my sleep routine and stuff. Nah. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing from now on, and I'll go for walks regularly. Just allow myself to feel the nature like I did today. Go around, explore different parts of the area that I've never been to before, and that I just look at, which is what I did today, in order to explore and find another new place which I didn't know of. I saw a lady go down that walk, and I thought, oh, you know what? Let me go down it as well and see. Yeah, a completely different area, a completely different thing I've never seen before, completely different walkway I've never seen before, in a massive park, which is quite interesting. So yeah, I want to be doing that from now on, so that I don't feel constantly mentally drained. So yeah, I'm gone. Do what you need to do to transform your life, lads and lasses. I'm out. Peace.